Hi everybody, welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Malik Willis Part 5, fired up versus Ole Miss. This is a good one, lock in. Here we go, welcome to the QB School. Malik Willis Part 5, love it right here to start. We're going to fake the screen, rip it over the ball, vision, fit it in a window, drive the ball between the hash. Love to see it right here. This is a really fun offense to watch. Malik Willis, obviously talented dude. Love seeing kind of the full catalog of throws here. So no patience, nice pass pro here on a really tough pass pro day. But this to me is a really nice job of being able to have some patience, drive a ball through a zone window. So no down here, like we're faking the screen. See how the guys, wide receivers come off the field like they're blocking and then get into that window. And then you can see the double move down here at the bottom of the screen if it wasn't there. So no, just really nice job of finding that little soft spot in the zone, driving the ball. You can see the velocity from the arm strength, the patience. Again, be able to manipulate some defenders. Nope. Patience, rip it. Quick release, snap, drive it on the body on the break. Really nice. Next one here. Again, this is kind of the all-encompassing of many of the issues of the day here as far as, some pass pro issues, some shots down the field, not there. He's certainly a good enough athlete to break these things down, but still, when you get outside the pocket, the worst thing that can happen should be a throwaway. And so this is a full slide pass pro. So we've got all sorts of pass pro issues all day, but let's talk about this one just because this one is one of the few that I will put on the quarterback. So full slide pass pro. That means everybody up front is going to the gap to their left. And then the back is going to come off right here, the rear of the tight end, and he's got the first one. So whoever shows up one here. If they put two on the back, so if there's one and then there's a second one, this second one is the quarterback's. Really, it's the quarterbacks and the offensive coordinators because in a perfect world, you'd love the slide to go into the pressure. Okay, a little trick of the trade there for all you offensive gurus. Just go full slide into the pressure. So if it was full slide this way, we'd be perfect. And we come back this way, but it's not. And so they don't check the pressure. To me, this is on the quarterback. We're going to have a free runner. Again, just do the math here to the right. The tight end is blocking. One on the back. There's the first one. The second one on the back. He can't take two. That's on the quarterback. And so he's a good enough athlete to make a miss right here. You don't want to live in this world, though. So half combination offensive structure, half combination, quarterback missing hots. Normally you wouldn't think you'd be hot in a 7-person slide, but watch the route down here to the bottom, the number 2, so the slot receiver. He's coming out, bluffing, and hitting the wheel. Now you got a chance for a big play if you can block that thing up. But 2 on the back, full slide protection. It's going to be hot. Again, the answer to this, if you're answering where the ball should go, if you get 2 on the back and a full slide protection, it should go to the swing down here or the bubble. Now, I'm sure that's not where the ball's intended to go, but as a hot, which is going to be rare in 7-person slide protection usually, but just get the ball out of your hands. And then the other part, the second component, is when you get outside the pocket here, you cannot take a sack. Just throw it away. Flip it past the line of scrimmage, live to fight another day. But you can't get close to 10 sacks in a game. There's obviously going to be some on the quarterback. Most of them, I would put them on the pass pro unit. This, to me, is on the offense coordinator and quarterback. And right here, the sack at the end is definitely on the quarterback. Got to be able to throw the ball away there. Next one here, really nice job of, this is a quarterback power RPO. So they're just faking it to the back, running one back power, which the one back is the quarterback. And then we've got a little access kind of either choice or option or hitch to the front side. And so you can see here, if he didn't throw it, you'd follow that right guard, running power, right downhill. So we're just faking, that's a bluff fake to 8, the tailback, and we're running quarterback power. Now the reason it's on here is, one, I love the offensive design that they use to get Willis going in the quarterback run game. But I'd really, really, really love to see some anticipation throws start to pop on the film. So that's where the ball ends up going. This is a fake here. It's almost like Bash world, but in Bash, I think you're reading like a conflict defender here. This is a true fake. He's not reading anybody. and we're running power right here. So we're following the guard, wrapping up to the front side linebacker. Everybody up here is gap down, backer right there. And there it is. There's that space, conflict, whatever you want to call it, apex, alley, defender. If you've got this, throw it. Now, why is it on this film? I would love for him to catch it, bluff fake it, and just throw it. Get some anticipation. But either he doesn't trust him or the wide receiver goes too deep. But I need to see some sort of anticipation on some throw in some game. Right here. Throw it. Let it rip. He turns it down. Now he's so wide-ass open. He's got a 10-yard cushion that it doesn't matter. But throw it. Get some anticipation. Let it go. Even lowercase anticipation. If it wasn't there, you can see the power right in front of him. So, as we continue to watch, now up to 5 games here, it's one of those things where I just love to see some sort of anticipation start to develop into the game. Right here, this is a tough one for me because this is really, we've got 4 opportunities for a touchdown pass and we get sacked. So again, I'm not putting every sack on here where someone gets beat up front in the pass pro unit, but I am going to put on the ones that I think, Willis could have helped himself here and really just be able to, first of all, the poor tailback, man, he has a rough day in pass protection on a number of different levels. Right here, just a little guy. Boom. Jeez. Now, I'm not going to tell you that I know what the read is on this play, but I am going to tell you that everybody has got an opportunity for a touchdown. So up top, if we're throwing that fade, throw it to the back pylon, got a chance for a touchdown. You got a chance. That's a good chance. Down here to the bottom of the screen, it is essentially, now again, I don't know what the read is here, but I can tell you that this guy is the last option. He's running that loop whip coming back underneath. We get this one happens first. Well, technically, he goes first into the seam, but it happens second, and then this flashes first. So if he looks here, first of all, there's that fade potentially for a touchdown. This happens first. That's a touchdown. This is potentially a touchdown. Hard with this middle field close player. But then if you don't like any of those, you come back down to this loop, and it's got a chance for a touchdown. So really, this is one of those 1, 2, 3, 4. All of them are potential touchdown throws. So you don't have to know what the read is to know. Just throw it on time to wherever the ball is supposed to go. Up top, no. How about 81 down here? He's not looking at him, so I don't think that's the first read, but he's certainly open. Okay, how about seam? The seam to 0. Right there, the guy's got his back turned. Throw it up the seam. That's a touchdown. He's not open, but that's NFL open. And then the loop down here at the bottom of the screen. That's a touchdown. So I don't need to know what the read is. Throw a touchdown. Occasionally, I think his eyes go down, which is understandable when you're getting blasted in the pocket and you've got fireworks, car accidents happening right in front of you. But there's guys open all over the place. We got to be able to be better than that to get the ball out of our hands, to give our guys up front a shot. So the next one here is going to be a tough interception up top to the safety. That fast motion just takes a bit too long. Willis doesn't see the safety, not good enough vision, poor decision. If anything, there's potentially a hole shot there, but that's a big throw to the field off this kind of action where you're faking a bubble. Now, I love the formation design, just maybe potentially a tick too cute here. And again, easy to say after an interception. But where the ball is going and trying to design here with this essentially fast 4 motion. So again, there's no eligibles to this side. They've got a wing tight end here. This tight end is not eligible. He's covered up, right? This guy's on the line of scrimmage. So we are going to fake the bubble here, which is a little unordinary or out of the ordinary with what this motion is, with this fast motion. So we're fast motioning here. And this is where the ball is going to try to go. So they're going to try to get this thing up the rail here. We're going to bluff out here into the seam area. And then here's that little fake bubble where the ball's trying to go. Now again, I like the idea of it with the safety deep over the top on all these kind of pumps or double moves or fake screens. The safeties are almost always on the quarterback. You have to be able to see this. Potentially, this throw is, right over the corner's head here, right over that flat defender's head, a hole shot. But again, from the wide side of the field, we've got all the way to the hash, all the way to the sidelines. that's a monster of a throw, even for a guy with a cannon. So just a lot of moving parts. At the end of the day, not good enough vision, poor decision, and maybe a little too cute with the design. So again, that safety over the top. He's outside the hash. He never moves. And that hits him in the chest. That's just too easy. Again, maybe right here you could put it right over the nickel's head out there on the 15 on the sideline, like right at the first down stick. But again, we just don't see the safety. And that's just way too easy. That hits him in the damn chest. So tough. And there are a few of these in this game where you're just kind of like either trying to do too much. His vision lets him down. He's got too much confidence in his arm. And we're getting a little bit cute on how we're manufacturing these shots down the field. But you just can't let that one go. You got to find a way to just eat it, get it to the check down. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. It lets you know when we go live, when we put out new content. I certainly appreciate the support for the channel. Then we've got a bunch of additional quarterback school content also. All of it can be found in the description to this video. We've got free stuff available, a free quick game course. We've got a quarterback school Patreon community that really takes deep dives, really creates the environment of what it's like in an NFL quarterback room, usually 3 to 4 videos a month over there. And then we've got the absolute premium content that are the quarterback school courses. A bunch of different courses. If you're interested in those, taking your football to the next level, check out all of that in the description to this video. As for this one, let's keep it going. But there are a number of really nice throws like this right here, going full field, no, down to the check down. And again, really you're putting a check down on here? Yeah, because I want to see here, watch it from our left, no, right, no, check down, yes. So you can see the capacity to do a full field read. There are many offenses in the league that don't operate within a whole lot of full field reads. So just to be able to say no, yes, the decision making is certainly there. Now, is it there as consistently as you would love, for a Sunday type consistency performance at the quarterback position? Not yet, but there are bones that show that he certainly has the capacity to get through those full field reads, get the ball where it needs to be on time. But he's also got the capacity to drive the ball down the field. Out here, moving to his left, flip your hips, rip it to that slot out. Just really nice job being able to kind of show off platform. We're going to get on the move, a little naked, flip your hips, and drive the ball down the field. And really kind of quick torque, rip that thing outside the numbers. The only thing I would love to say, add here with how they get here. So again, on the move, changing platform, fake, get out here, flip your hips, and drive this kind of deep out. If you're talking offensive construction, offensive architecture here with no technically safety, I would love to be able to have a post tied to this as opposed to like a slow clear. So instead of that, let's come out here and take advantage of that shot to have a chance of the post. This plays even better, but just from the quarterback perspective, man, this is a nice driven ball going to your left. Shows the ability to feel, flip his hips, and drive that thing outside the numbers. Again, one more time, just the torque and violence here of this throw. Quick twitch, accurate outside the numbers. Really love to see it. And again, kind of playing to his strengths, certainly as far as being able to create outside the pocket, drive the ball down the field, see it. Even though I don't see a whole lot of anticipation throws on the film, the offense doesn't really allow him to make a whole lot of those throws either by designs like that. This is just outstanding quarterback run game offensive architecture. We're getting to, first of all, I love me some bunch formations. Then I love some quarterback design run game. And whether this is technically like what I think most people would call like toss crack blocking as far as how they get here. There's obviously no toss element here. Just imagine if he tossed this to the back and we were out here. This is a 0x4 formation, so there's no eligibles over here. He is covered up, right? So he's not eligible because this guy's on the line of scrimmage. And that's 7 on the line of scrimmage. So a lot of teams will have a lot of bunch checks, okay? All you defensive gurus, Twitter coaches out there, wink, nod. Okay? They're going to have all sorts of bunch checks. But when you go 0x4, 0 and then 4 with the bunch, this screws with your bunch checks because now the corner cannot be involved with the bunch check. So you've got to have safety linebacker bunch checks. Then we get some misdirection with the back and we're running quarterback out on the edge. So usually down, and we're going to kick, pull, and we got guys out on the edge. Just a really nice job being able to get out there, design this thing to take advantage of Malik Willis' skill set. This is the type of run that I would anticipate seeing in the league. Just great job. They don't have the numbers to the bunch. Love to see it. And certainly, obviously, has got the capacity to run with the ball. But that's just great offensive design, run game design. And Malik Willis taking advantage of his unique skill set to be able to run it, tote it, run through people. Right here, we're going to drive the ball up top. Whether this is like a choice or a hinge. Again, this to me is a good example of, when I'm talking anticipation, I would love to see this ball get thrown down earlier, up top. See him, the receiver coming out of the break. So he's at the what? Past the 40. Where does he catch this thing? He's coming back 5 yards. Now, it's a really nice job by the receiver, but we're also losing 5 yards here. Now, maybe his read is to work the seam or to work the inside receiver up top, and it's like a 1-2. Well, if that's the case, I would just, expedite the process. The other part about it, and if you watch this channel, you should know, I'm not a huge fan of faking play action and throwing the ball outside the numbers. It's just a waste to me. It makes things unnecessarily difficult. So he could time this up better without the play fake, but that's more offensive structure than Malik Willis. For Malik Willis here, this is just a great job of ripping the ball all the way across the field, driving it outside the numbers. And again, it's not easy when you've got a back doing that right in front of your feet. Again, he's a little guy, but come on, man. You got to sit there and blunt that thing right in the chest. But Malik Willis certainly has got the arm to be able to drive this, and this is a harder throw than you'll face in the league with the tighter hashes. But again, it's not easy to play quarterback when you've got ankles in your face here. That's a bad feeling. You got guys at your knees and ankles in your face. No bueno. Next one here, really nice speed option. Not really speed option. We'll say option to the bottom of the screen. Again, this is exactly what you will see in the quarterback run game in the NFL with him. Option at the goal line, everybody's favorite concept if you've got somebody to do it. And technically, they're not even, I would make the argument that they're not even, I'm not an option guru, but normally an option, I would say you leave someone to option off. Right here, they're just man blocking this thing. This guy right here is running with the fast motion, which is technically the pitch guy. So he's going with the pitch guy. That makes the decision really easy. And we just take this thing ourselves. Whoop, one cut. Yes, please. So you always put stress on the defense that they have to have option answers, quarterback run game answers everywhere on the field. And that's just too easy. We got the math to our advantage going that way. And again, this is just what he brings to the table. This is a unique skill set, that very few guys have in the NFL, and he certainly has. Whether it's all over the field, which it could be, like Lamar Jackson, or, down in the red area, where there are a few other guys that you could add to the list of guys who can consistently run the rock. Another great run right here. I mean, this is just silly. Okay, now this is the type of stuff that, again, I'm not a huge comparison guy, but this is Lamar Jackson-ish with the change of direction. See how the guy gets exploded out of the screen? I mean, look at the separation. Whoop! I mean, that is Sunday change of direction. This is just world class. And again, that guy is on him. He's got that guy. You can see he kind of peeks out the corner of his eye on the keeper naked fake, and then he just wins off the dribble and gets to the basket. This is just, you got no chance. Again, and I mean, elite, explosive change of direction, get vertical with the speed, everything but the slide there at the end. Watch his eyes here, just kind of, you can see him just kind of peek his head around. He knows someone's there. He's got the awareness to know exactly what's going on there. Whoop, and then it's over. I mean, my goodness, that's dirty. But for every one of those, there's one of these. And this is another kind of club in the bag that I wish he had showcased a little bit more. This is just a screen. And the touch here, really lets him down. This is certainly a turnover-worthy play. It hits my man 44 in the chest. If he could catch, he'd be a fullback. But you can't miss these types of throws like this, right? The touch here this full slide screen. So one's going out, the tailback's going out to block the defensive end, slip inside of him, and catch a screen. It's there. I mean, it's not wide open, but it's there. The touch, certainly doesn't jump off the film. That's just the truth. But then these types of throws, you just can't make. You can't have these types of misses on these types of throws. This is how you get beat badly. And they were certainly outclassed, probably, team versus team talent across the board here. But this is one of those plays where you'd love to see, there's just not enough touch throws on film to feel confident to say that, okay, this is a strong part of his game. This is a part that, either they purposely design things to not allow him to do it, or he, struggles to do it so much so that you have plays like that, you're not going to call it again. You're not going to allow him to make those types of touch throws. Next one here, again, these things where you're like, when it breaks down, and it certainly broke down this game, way too many sacks on the pass protection unit and the quarterback. He's able to get outside the pocket, and, he makes these look easy. Now, again, just my man, the tailback here. I feel like I'm picking on him, but it's hard to play quarterback like this, y'all. It's just hard. Outside the pocket, nice vision, certainly has the capacity to run. There's nothing easy about this off-platform run. He's running, going hard, throwing back across his body. Good enough there, nice little catch too. But again, this is just, these are things that are Sunday transferable. Outside the pocket, going to your right, eyes down the field, got a strong enough arm to rip that thing back across his body, not while he's jogging. He's on the full go here. So he can separate, run away from people, eyes down the field, strong enough arm to rip it down the field, good enough vision, make it happen. And then this is another one to me. This is just an iteration of 4 verticals here. Late in the game, don't force it. Just just throw the check down. And, these are some of these sacks where I think as you play more and more football, especially at higher levels, you get a 3-person rush and you've got any iteration of 4 verticals versus 3 deep safeties. Just throw the check down. So just look at the shell here. This is one of those easy kind of images, pattern recognition, that once you see it once, you have this for the rest of your life. This kind of crazy 3 deep here, which is essentially what I would call 3 double cloud, 33 double cloud really. 33 just means that they're dropping 8 as opposed to 3 double cloud where they'd be rushing 4 normally in most kind of defensive language, offensive, how we offenses talk about defensive coverage. So 2 digits just means drop 8. So 33 double cloud. Cloud corner rolled up, cloud corner rolled up, 3 deep safety types. I don't care who it is, doesn't matter. You see this, and you've got any iteration of 4 verticals, whether this is like choice or hinge on the outside or hooks with seams here. To me, before the ball is snapped, I'm talking to this guy saying, get out on the check down. I am throwing you the ball in 1 hitch. Boom, out. That's where the ball goes. 98% of the time, unless the seam is just wide ass open, which he does hit later in this game. But this to me is just one of those ones where we've already seen him get the check down. Just get there faster. And it doesn't help that the back kind of screws him here by slowing his release. But get the ball to the check down right there. Get it to the check down. He's hitting you with the mailbox. He's late, but instead of getting your eyes down to run, just get it to the check down. And again, these are things that are easily fixable. And he's already shown that he's got the capacity to do it in a harder setting like a full field read. This is a half field, pick a side, get the ball to the check down, but just know pre-snap, you could tell this ball needs to go to the check down. And then the last one here, late in the game, got to do something, forcing a ball down the field, just not a good decision. Could be intercepted by 3 different guys. At the same time, I also understand that you have to make a play here. You're down a bunch. You got to score twice. You got to do it quickly. But that's totally different than the last one we showed, getting outside the pocket to the right, where it was a clean, easier throw. Like right here, they're running like a double spot with a corner up top. It's not there. Maybe you have a one-on-one down here to the bottom of the screen. But I mean, he's already on the move before the guy even gets out of the break. Maybe you throw that with anticipation, but you got that safety down here just lurking in the alley. So I don't like that either. Just get outside right here. It's not clean. you got to just throw it away. And I think that's, what a few of these decisions showed more than anything else. Just have the discipline to be able to live to fight another day, even though we're winding down on clock here. The game is essentially over, but don't do that. That's got no shot. So that is a wrap. Malik Willis, part 5. Hopefully you dug it. There are certainly some elements of athleticism, arm talent, quarterback talent that just absolutely pop off the film when you watch him. And I think the more you watch, the more you see kind of the full catalog of what he's able to do as an athlete from that position, whether it's throwing it, running it, making plays outside the pocket. But I also think that there are some, whether deficiencies or blind spots right now in his game. For me, the ones that I would want to see more of is certainly the development of some anticipation, and then also some touch, and just more of those two things I think would just continue to elevate his stock. But he's certainly a special talent, and certainly fired up to watch more and more. Let me know if there are other guys that you want to see along this process. As for this one, thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.